I'm going to give you a tour of the solar system since it was formed more than 4,500 million years ago. It was a building site like this, with a lot of materials of different sorts like gas and rocks and metals. So the result that we see today are planets like the Earth with solid surface, which are a few thousands of kilometers wide. While on the other side we have the giant planets which are made out of gas, and they are tens of thousands of kilometers wide. But if we go smaller, to the dwarf planets and the moons of the solar systems that we have here, we have objects which are only a few hundred kilometers wide. Even smaller, we go to the dwarf planets, we go to Sirius and Vesta, a few hundred kilometers wide, and finally we have asteroids which are even smaller, from 100 meters to a few hundred kilometers only in size. There are ones that have more or less a solid surface with craters there that imply bombardment by smaller objects. And also we have this very kind of loose material, completely different from the others. There are a variety of materials there in the asteroid. Then we have the comets. The comets are very mysterious. They come from very far away. They have very long tails that are ejected, gas ejected by the proximity to the sun when they get hot. But the nuclei of the comets is the solid part of the comet and is made out of rock mainly, and mainly ice and other substances that produce gases, as we see in this picture here and this one here. But the sizes are only a few kilometers wide. They are not that big, these rocks. Beautiful tails that develop as they go closer to the sun, millions of kilometers wide, while the nucleus is much, much smaller. Here we have a comet almost vanishing away as he goes closer to the sun. This is the images taken by the SOHO spacecraft, where the sun is occulted by a disk, and the white circle is the sun itself. So we see this comet kind of approaching the sun. Finally, we have these meteors. The meteors are shooting stars, and they are really, really tiny. It's like a mini asteroids, if you like, only a few millimeters wide, or even a fraction of a millimeter. They penetrate the atmosphere at enormous speeds of 50 or 70 kilometers per second. And at that speed, the friction with the air makes them vaporize, and they leave a trail that we see in pictures like this. And the bigger ones, a few millimeters wide, could leave a trail that we call a bolide, which is a very bright shooting star. Several of them seen here around the constellation of Leo. And when they land, these meteors, if they are big enough, a few centimeters wide or tens of meters wide, they can reach the ground, produce little craters or big craters depending, and they are called meteorites. This is an iron meteorite made out of iron and nickel, and there are other meteorites like this one, which is a rocky meteorite, a stony meteorite that contains not only minerals, but it contains also, in some cases, the building blocks for life, organic molecules, which is a very important aspect of the information that we get from these rocks. One of them landed, an iron meteorite landed. It was 50 meters across. It landed in what is all today is Arizona about 20,000 years ago, and produced this crater about 1 kilometer across. The largest meteorite ever found on Earth is an iron meteorite in Namibia, which is huge. It's 60 tons worth of iron and nickel here. That's the largest ever found. Thank you very much for your attention.